came together as a married couple. We came together individually, and God allowed us to become one, because it really is the ultimate expression of who God is. If you think about it, man was created in the image of God, and woman was created in the image of God. And so when we come together, we are really the complete package of the image of God, because he created both of us in his image. And I think that's why marriage is so under attack these days, because if the enemy can destroy the institution of marriage, he's destroying, in his mind, the image of God, especially here in our world. And so we have to run our race, but we run it together.
That's right. And I think that's really important, because I can't hear the Lord for my husband. I have to hear the Lord for me. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused and get overwhelmed by the concept of marriage. Marriage is a covenant between my husband and I. But our first covenant is with the Lord. And we grew up, we were in the church, we were pastoring. I also pastored. So we were pastoring, and you get to the point where you think, I have to be perfect, so I just can't say anything when I'm hurting. That is a falsehood, and something that the enemy absolutely loves to keep in the dark, our wounds and our brokenness. And so I had many times when I could have, come out and said, I'm really struggling. I'm struggling with, my intimacy with my husband, or where is some of this pain coming from? And it wasn't until, honestly, a good portion of our recovery, we were asked to both heal through this process. So as he was going through his healing process, I was also asked to do the same. And I mean, at first it was kind of like, I'm getting every penny out of this. I don't know how this is going to end. So that's kind of, at first it had a ring of bitterness to it, because you do go through, it sounds so altruistic when I say it. The Lord told me to walk with this man. There was struggling. I mean, there were days I woke up and said, I have a good explicative that I want to yell at my husband right now, or I'd like to throw a piece of furniture at him, or, hey, why doesn't he just, go away? There was all kinds of that. So, I mean, there was legitimate struggle. And I said a lot of it too. Mm-hmm. So, we're all human here. But I think at the end of the day, I realized that I was broken. And so, God, I want to be whole, because whether or not we're going to be able to walk this out, I'm also responsible for these beautiful children. And so is he. And I can't do that bitter. I can't do that angry. I can't be who you've called me to be if I'm carrying any baggage. We've seen the representation of what carrying baggage that's not yours to carry for 20 years of marriage can do. And I think the one most important thing I can say to anybody listening would be any wound that you think you can nurse on your own, or any secret sin that you think you can keep hidden and not affect others around you is a deception that is so damaging, because it affects everyone. My woundedness, though it did not cause my husband to make the choices that he did, but my woundedness, it stopped me from saying something about it. Because there were times I thought, this communication is not okay. I need to say something here. And I didn't have the voice. I had the voice. I didn't know how to use my voice. So this process of recovery, I regained my voice. And it wasn't to be demeaning to my husband. It was not, I respect my husband. It was not to be lording over anyone. My voice is to be used for righteous things. And so I found my voice again. And so because of that, I was able to work with this process in love.